Microphone. Good afternoon and welcome to the Lincoln City Council meeting of Monday, July 22nd, 2024. In accordance with LB 898, please be advised a copy of the Open Meetings Act is posted at the back of the chambers by the northwest door. Let us all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a short moment of silent meditation. Please remain standing if you are able. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The order of business of the City Council is as follows. The clerk will call the items listed on the agenda. Under public hearing, anyone wishing to speak on an item must first register and sign in at the table located at the back of the room or just out in the lobby. The council shall require any member of the public addressing the council to identify themselves, the name of any organization represented by such person, and their address, unless the address requirement is waived to protect the security of the individual. Each speaker should state whether they are speaking in favor or in opposition to the item. Testimony is limited to 5 minutes per speaker. Anyone wishing to speak on the agenda item should come forward after the clerk reads the item and the applicant has presented. After public comments, the applicant may make one short rebuttal. After all public hearings, the council will vote on resolutions and items listed under third reading. On the second and last Mondays of the month, immediately prior to adjournment, anyone may speak on an issue not on the agenda for that date nor planned for the future agenda. We ask that all speakers strive for civility and allow the business of council to proceed unimpeded. Would the clerk please read the first item of business?
Our first item of business today for City Council meeting on Monday, July 22nd, 2024 is our consent agenda, sections 1, 2, and sections 3.
Is there anyone who'd like to speak on an item on the consent agenda? Director Weber.
Good afternoon, Councilwoman Washington and fellow council members. My name is Ryan Weber, Director of Lincoln City Libraries, 136 South 14th Street, Lincoln, Nebraska. It's my pleasure to introduce you today, Terry Dunlap, candidate for appointment to Lincoln City Libraries Board. Each year, a library board position becomes open for a new 7-year term. In late April this year, the board publicly advertised for the open board spot for a period of 4 weeks, and the administrative committee then received 5 applications from Lincoln residents. The committee reviewed the applications and recommended Ms. Dunlap for approval as their candidate of choice at its June 2024 board meeting. The board unanimously agreed and have forwarded their recommendation to City Council for consideration. Terry has been a resident of Lincoln for over 40 years. She graduated with 2 degrees from UNL and taught at Union College for a few years. She and her husband Mike raised their family here and have made libraries a part of their lives. She is community-minded, has a heart for service, and has previously served on the boards of Lincoln Children's Museum and Lincoln Zoo. She has proudly owned a Lincoln City Libraries card since the mid-1980s and most recently served as a committee member of the library's One Book, One Lincoln selection group, where for each year of her 4-year term, she and others read over 20 books during an intense 2-month period, narrowing down the list of titles for consideration for residents to vote upon one eventual winner. You only get involved in One Book, One Lincoln work if you're a serious reader and you love the impact that it has for the community, and that's Terry. She recognizes the importance of reading and lifelong learning and the tremendous impact and value that public libraries bring to our great city and is ready to help lead the libraries into the future. For these reasons, I bring forth a recommendation on behalf of the library for City Council approval of Terry Dunlap to the Library Board for a term ending August of 2031.
Thank you. Ms. Dunlap, would you like to say something to the council?
Well, I'd like to say thank you, first of all. I'm pretty excited. I think libraries are magical places, but I am aware that behind all that magic is a lot of work and resources. So I'm happy to have a chance to give a little back. Libraries have been important in my life forever, like since I was a preschooler. my mom taking me, my own children doing the same, and I now have grandchildren who I look forward to taking them and letting them realize the magic. I feel excitement with Ryan as a new director, and I know the library is already great, but I can see that it could even be better. So looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your work on the One Book, One Lincoln. That's a lot of books to read, and all of us are the happy recipients of those winners that we all then read that summer. So thank you.
Thank you. It's really been fun.
Great. Any other council members would like to ask a question or a comment? Sir.
Thank you, Chair Washington. I would just like to share with my other council members that Terry has already started her work as a trustee of the Lincoln City Libraries. Last week, we met with the director of the Boise City Libraries while we were both traveling in Boise, Idaho, and had a meeting with their director, Jessica Dorr, at that point in time. And so Terry's already up and going. Appreciate that interest.
All right. Good to hear. Anyone else? All right. Well, thank you so much for your willingness to serve.
Thank you.
Oh, Mr. Duden, Councilman Duden.
I sent you a question, and it's a sensitive issue. And I felt that your answer was more exploratory than a direct answer. But I would hope that you would consider that material for your grandchildren, whether they would want to be exposed to it or not. So, and that's the only issue that I've had with Lincoln Libraries, and Ryan is aware of it as well, that I feel that there's some inappropriate materials in the youth section, and I'm not asking for it to be removed from the library, but I think it should be in an adult section. So just wanted to bring that up one more time for you. Do you have any additional information?
Well, as I stated to you, I am not educated yet on how the library has dealt with books that people bring forward with concerns. But I do believe that not all books are for all people, and I do believe that it's the parents' job to help discern those decisions. And
So parents could take them to that section,
In a public library?
public library.
Okay.
well, they could if the parent chose to.
Yeah.
I would not. I thought about that after you asked me that question earlier today. I thought about that as a parent myself and thought if my child, I found that in his pile of library books, I would see that as an opportunity to have a discussion with them, not necessarily to think you shouldn't. Even if I had the opinion that you shouldn't be reading that book, then that's my chance to tell them, but not necessarily to take that opportunity away from other people.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Councilman Bowers.
No, I just feel compelled to make a statement that, I grew up in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I grew up gay, and I didn't come out until my 20s. And there was no one that I could ask questions to about what that meant, what my sexual orientation was, what my life would be like. And thank God for public libraries that provided me an opportunity to find information about the questions that I was too scared to ask and didn't have anyone to ask that information out of. Access to libraries and making sure that people have material available is a form of suicide prevention and is a way to protect mental health. And so as someone who's directly benefited from it, and as someone that is passionate about making sure that we create a safe environment, thank you so much to Lincoln City Libraries for saving my life in that way.
Thank you, Councilman Bowers. All right, any other comments? Thank you, Director Weber, and again, thank you, Terry.
Thank you.
All right, Madam Clerk.
Since my boss is not here to defend himself, I thought I'd take advantage of the situation. Chris Connolly, City Law Department.
Yes.
I just wanted to come up and support the renomination of Johansi Christie as city attorney. He's been great to work with these last 4 years. I've really enjoyed it. He takes time to think things through, and he tries not to overstretch himself. If he's not sure, he'll ask for help, and we're all very glad to help him. And so he gets along well with everybody in the office and just does a great job. And so I'd ask you to go ahead and approve his appointment again. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Connolly. But for the record, would you say your name and title?
Yeah, Chris Connolly, Chief Assistant City Attorney, 555 South 10th Street.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, I think that we all heard from City Attorney Christie this morning by email when his flight, because of the outages, he is stuck in an airport. So we will eventually see him back here when he finds a flight home. But until then, I know we're in capable hands. All right. Any other comments about the reappointment of Mr. Christie? All right, move us forward, Madam Clerk.
We can now vote on these items. I'll call item 1A, appointing Terry Dunlap to the Lincoln City Library Board for a term to expire August 31st of 2031, introduced by Shob.
So moved.
Second.
Whoa, that was quick.
All righty. Second, James Michael Bowers. Discussion?
Just like to thank Terry for her service. We appreciate it.
Reiterated. Hear, hear. All right, Madam Clerk.
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Duden,
No.
Shob,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 6-1. Item 1B is reappointment of Johansi L. Christie as the city attorney for a 2-year term effective July 21st, 2024, introduced by Shob.
So moved.
Second?
Second, Carlson. Any discussion? Madam Clerk.
Weber,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Shob,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0.
Thank you. Moving on to public hearing liquor resolutions.
I'll call item 4A, manager application of Olivia Longside for EHPV Operating Group LLC, doing business as Big Red Restaurant and Sports Bar located at 955 West O Street.
Welcome.
Thank you, council members. I am Bill Harvey. I'm general counsel for EHPV, and here in support of this application, we're very happy to be presenting this application for Olivia. She's worked for us for about 6.5 years, absent a small hiatus in there when she was living in a different state, but we were glad to have her back. We think she's done a great job as an assistant manager for us, and we're happy to bring this application forward. So thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. Thank you. Are there any questions for Mr. Harvey?
No.
Okay, seeing no questions, thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone here from the public who'd like to speak in favor or in opposition of this application? Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
I'll call item 4B, application of Governor Pillen inaugural committee for a special designated licenses to cover an outdoor area measuring approximately 300 feet by 300 feet at 1425 H Street on August 31st, September 7th, 14th, 18th, and 20th, October 5th, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
All right. Is there an applicant here for this item? Does anyone here have any questions or comments for Investigator Parker?
Madam Clerk, seeing no one else coming forward to talk about these two items, I'd like to make a motion that we approve item 4A and 4B.
Second?
Second, Carlson. Any discussion? All right, Madam Clerk.
Bowers,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Shob,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0.
All right. Moving ahead to public hearing resolutions.
I'll call items 5A through 5E together. Items 5A through 5E is approving the service agreement between the City of Lincoln on behalf of the Lincoln-Lancaster County Health Department and the Asian Community and Cultural Center, El Centro de las Americas, Good Neighbor Community Center, Malone Center, and Ponca Tribe of Nebraska for collaborative efforts in planning and completing the goals of the Minority Health Initiative Grant for a period from January 1st, 2024 through June 30th of 2025.
All right. Is there someone here to speak on these items?
Good afternoon. David Hum with the Lincoln Lancaster County Health Department. I manage our Health Promotion Outreach Division, and we oversee these sub-grants with our cultural centers. And this is a continuation. We've had some formal agreement with some grant funding since, I believe, 2005. So again, this is kind of ongoing work that we do with the cultural centers.
Are there any questions or comments? Well, thank you for continuing to do this work. I know this generates a lot of good information, both for the health department and also information for residents. So
You bet. Again, it's a great collaboration and to better serve the public, like you said, through the health department or through the cultural centers, the populations they serve as well. So
thank you very much.
thank you.
All right. Is there anyone here who'd like to speak on either of these items, A, B, C, D, or E? Either in support or in opposition? Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
I'll call item 5F, Comprehensive Plan Conformance 24015, Application of Urban Development to review as conformance with the 2050 Lincoln Lancaster County Comprehensive Plan for a proposed amendment to the City of Lincoln's Capital Improvement Program by adding the Bethany land purchase for fiscal year 22-23 through 27-28 on the property generally located at 1700 North Cotner Boulevard.
Good afternoon, Director Hind.
Good afternoon, Peter Hine, Director of Urban Development, 555 South 10th Street. Happy to be here this afternoon. I'll explain why we're asking for this CIP amendment by way of showing an example of what we have. First, want to thank our staff, Michelle Backmeyer and Ernie Castillo, for helping sort of put this together in law. Abby Luttrell in figuring out how we go about this. And this is an example of collaboration between our departments and discussions between our departments. We have a lot south of the Bethany Library branch that was, the library had first right of refusal historically for a long time. There was a need to change ownership of that. I don't know if there was a death or what happened, and an attorney was appointed or something to the ownership of that lot, and it was sold on the market, unbeknownst to the library system. And a developer purchased the lot in order to develop it. This is going back probably a couple of years ago or so, and determined that they couldn't afford financing changes. As you know, interest rates went up, et cetera. So they reached back out to libraries and said, would you like to buy this back from us? We actually don't want to develop it for our intended use. Library's big desire is to get more parking. So it's not expanding Bethany, doing a much bigger branch or anything like that. And so Ryan came to us and said it was taken out of their budget. Could we think about it more strategically? And I, offered that we could think about it strategically in terms of putting a new owner, really thinking about Bethany as a neighborhood, et cetera. And so we looked at it, we went there and thought about how we would do it. And I want to just show you an example of how, in this case, this is South 56th Street and Normal Boulevard. You'll recognize Gear Library to the north of the image with access off of 56 and Normal. And then you'll notice Lincoln Community Playhouse. A few years ago, a developer actually called me and said, hey, we bought a lot. It's really interesting because it's south of the Community Playhouse, and we want to put a 15,000 square foot building in there. I said, you can't do that. It's not going to fit. Well, it did fit, and you can see Nebraska Oral Surgery purchased the ground and entered into an agreement with Lincoln Community Playhouse for shared parking, overlap, and what have you. When they're not busy, Community Playhouse can use their parking, et cetera. And Gear Library also has a shared parking with the Lincoln Playhouse. So you can see when they're having an event, most likely the library would be shut in the evening, and then you can have a much larger parking. So this is just another case that was clear in my mind that we could do the same thing with Bethany, where we could go out to the developer community and think about a use that would then, within an RFP, for example, might define and must give the library use of 15 stalls at certain hours for programming, for children, time, et cetera. So that's our goal with this CIP amendment. A couple of facts about the lot. It's Zone B1. The owner is Deal Estates LLC. The size of the lot is about 0.45 of an acre, 19,204 square feet. It's assessed today at $139,000 with an appraisal. We went out and got an appraisal of $200,000, and the asking price is $200,000, and we'll have some closing costs as well there. It has a clean Phase 1 environmental, and importantly, the Phase 1 didn't ask for a Phase 2. That's always a good signal that the reviewer isn't saying, there's something here that isn't quite right, and so we should look into a Phase 2, so we haven't had that. So we think it's important to do this work for this neighborhood, for the library, to benefit them. We don't know exactly what an RFP might look like moving forward, but we'll probably convene a few meetings, get public input to move forward on this. In the meantime, we'd like to move forward with this purchase and then work with the library to do temporary parking. It already has curb cuts, but they're not the greatest. There's some paving there, again, not the greatest, not taken care of. So we'd like to carve out some parking for the library use right now. So in children's story time, we just heard from the library director, they're doing some senior times at various libraries so that we can accommodate that and have safe parking on site and not walk across busy streets. So that is our idea, to get synergy in land use and efficiency and provide infill opportunities where we can for the city. So I'll take any questions that you might have at this time.
All right. Are there any questions? Any comments? All right. Well, this sounds, I love creativity, and I'm really interested to see who wants to come in and build a compatible business next door to the library.
I just want to show a couple of other images, if that's okay, why we were thinking this way. And this image is just showing the density. So the red dot is the density of the neighborhood. You can see Brown Elementary School, et cetera. And the other thing I wanted to just show as we think about creativity is this lot. Can I zoom in just a little bit? Already has 3 lots identified on it. So it might be simple for us in the future to just say, let's have the north lot be for the library and the south 2 lots we can go for market. So just a little bit more about creativity.
All right.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
have an image with the library on it?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
that would be helpful, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be great? So the library, I've lost my pen. No, I don't. The library is just to the north here. You can see it's kind of on 3 lots.
Okay.
It's there. And as I pointed out before, this 1700 N or North Cotner Boulevard has 3 lots on this entire lot that we'll be purchasing. So there's sort of sublots that are there. You can see there's, the way the parking strategy is, there's an entrance and an exit there, sort of a U-shape entrance. And so we're talking about, in the meantime, doing some parking on the north side of the lot we're purchasing to have safe parking. You can see this was obviously a filling station because of the corner access that area. So we'd take that away, make a better urban corner for the neighborhood.
Very exciting possibilities. Thank you, Director Hind.
Thank you.
Is there anyone here who'd like to speak on this item, either in favor or in opposition? Anyone here to speak on this item? All right, seeing none, Madam Clerk, move us forward.
We can now vote on these items. Item 5A is approving the service agreement between the City of Lincoln on behalf of the Lincoln Lancaster County Health Department and the Asian Community and Cultural Center for collaborative efforts in planning and completing the goals of the Minority Health Initiative Grant for a period from January 1st, 24 through June 30th of 2025, introduced by Shob.
So moved.
Second, Carlson. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, let's vote.
Shob,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 5B is approving the service agreement between the City of Lincoln on behalf of the Lincoln-Lancaster County Health Department and El Centro de las Americas for collaborative efforts in planning and completing the goals of the Minority Health Initiative Grant for a period from January 1st, 24 through June 30th of 25, introduced by Shob.
So moved.
Second Carlson, discussion? Seeing none?
Duden,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Shob,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 5C is approving the service agreement between the City of Lincoln on behalf of the Lincoln-Lancaster County Health Department and Good Neighbor Community Center for collaborative efforts in planning and completing the goals of the Minority Health Initiative Grant for a period from January 1st, 24 through June 30th of 25, introduced by Shob.
So moved.
Second Carlson, discussion? Seeing none, let's vote.
Beckius,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Shob,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 5D is approving the service agreement between the City of Lincoln on behalf of the Lincoln-Lancaster County Health Department and Malone Center for the collaborative efforts in planning and completing the goals of the Minority Health Initiative Grant for a period from January 1st, 24 through June 30th of 25, introduced by Shob.
So moved.
Second Carlson, discussion? Let's vote.
Carlson,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Shob,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 5E is approving the service agreement between the City of Lincoln on behalf of the Lincoln-Lancaster County Health Department and Ponca Tribe of Nebraska for collaborative efforts in planning and completing the goals of the Minority Health Initiative Grant for a period from January 1st, 24 through June 30th of 25, introduced by Shob.
So moved.
Second Carlson, discussion? Seeing none, let's vote.
Bowers?
Yes.
Carlson?
Yes.
Duden?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Shob?
Yes.
Beckius?
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 5F is the Comprehensive Plan Conformance 24015, application of urban development to review as to conformance with the 2050 Lincoln-Lancaster County Comprehensive Plan for proposed amendment to the City of Lincoln's Capital Improvement Program by adding the Bethany land purchase for fiscal year 22-23 through 27-28 on the property generally located at 1700 North Cotner Boulevard, introduced by Shob.
So moved.
Second Carlson, any discussion? Let's vote.
Beckius?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Bowers?
Yes.
Carlson?
Yes.
Duden?
Yes.
Shob?
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0.
All right. Now we'll proceed to ordinances third reading and related resolutions.
I'll call item 6A, amending the pay schedule for employee group whose classifications is assigned to the pay range which is prefixed by the letter W by changing the range for class 0707 senior attorney from W04 to W05 and 0708 chief assistant city attorney from W05 to W06, introduced by Duden.
So moved.
Second.
Second Beckius. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote.
Weber?
Yes.
Bowers?
Yes.
Carlson?
Yes.
Duden?
Yes.
Shob?
Yes.
Beckius?
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 6B is amending the pay schedule for employee group whose classification is assigned to the pay range which is prefixed by the letter C by changing the range for class 5300 utility engineering specialist from C30 to C34, introduced by Duden.
So moved.
Second Carlson, any discussion? Seeing none, let's vote.
Bowers?
Yes.
Carlson?
Yes.
Shob?
Yes.
Duden?
Yes.
Beckius?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 6C is amending the pay schedule for a certain employee group by adjusting the schedules of annual, monthly, biweekly, and hourly pay range equivalents for employees of the City of Lincoln whose classifications are assigned to pay ranges prefixed by X, introduced by Duden.
So moved.
Second Carlson, any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Carlson?
Yes.
Shob?
Yes.
Duden?
Yes.
Beckius?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Bowers?
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 6D is amending the pay schedule for a certain employee group by adjusting the schedules of annual, monthly, biweekly, and hourly pay range equivalents for employees for the City of Lincoln whose classifications are assigned to the pay ranges prefixed by E, introduced by Duden.
So moved.
Second Carlson, any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Shob?
Yes.
Duden?
Yes.
Beckius?
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 6E is amending the pay schedule for a certain employee group by adjusting the schedules of annual, monthly, biweekly, hourly pay range equivalents for employees of the city of Lincoln whose classifications are assigned to pay ranges prefixed by W, introduced by Duden.
So moved.
Second.
Second, Carlson. Any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Duden,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 6F is amending the pay schedule for a certain employee group by adjusting the schedules of annual, monthly, biweekly, and hourly pay range equivalents for employees of the city of Lincoln whose classifications are assigned to pay ranges prefixed by DSS, introduced by Duden.
So moved.
Second.
Second, Carlson. Any discussion? Seeing none, let's vote.
Beckius,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 6G is amending the pay schedule for a certain employee group by adjusting the schedules of annual, monthly, biweekly, and hourly pay range equivalents for employees of the city of Lincoln whose classifications are assigned to pay ranges prefixed by M. This adjustment is in accordance with the terms of the parties' current bargaining agreement, introduced by Duden.
So moved.
Second.
Second, Carlson. Discussion. All right, let's vote.
Carlson,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 6H is amending the pay schedule for a certain employee group by adjusting the schedules of annual, monthly, biweekly, and hourly pay range equivalents for employees of the city of Lincoln whose classifications are assigned to pay ranges prefixed by P. This adjustment is in accordance with the terms of the parties' current bargaining agreement, introduced by Duden.
So moved.
Second.
Second, Carlson. Any discussion? Seeing none, let's vote.
Bowers,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 6I is amending the pay schedule for a certain employee group by adjusting the schedules of annual, monthly, biweekly, and hourly pay range equivalents for employees of the city of Lincoln whose classifications are assigned to pay ranges prefixed by F, introduced by Duden.
So moved. I must have signed an awful lot of
You
these.
did.
Yes, you did. This was a thick packet. All right, motion by Duden,
Second. Carlson.
second Carlson. Any discussion? Seeing none?
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 6J is Street and Alley Vacation 23004, application of Union Bank and Trust to vacate the east-west alley between O and P Streets and between North Antelope Valley Parkway and North 20th Street, adjacent to property legally described as Lot 3, and the remaining portion of Lots 7 through 8 and Lots 9 through 14, Block 28, Kinney's O Street Addition, and Lots C through D, County Clerk subdivisions of Lots 4 through 6, Block 28, Kinney's O Street Addition, and vacated adjacent alley, located in the southwest quarter of the section of 24-10-6, Lincoln, Lancaster County, Nebraska, generally located between O and P Streets and between North Antelope Valley Parkway and North 20th Street, introduced by Duden.
So moved.
Second.
Second Carlson. Is there any discussion on this? Seeing no discussion, Madam Clerk, let's vote.
Weber,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 6K is approving the North 48th and Madison Avenue mixed-use redevelopment agreement between the City of Lincoln, New Generation Properties LLC, and B&J Partnerships LTD relating to the redevelopment of the property generally located at North 48th Street and Madison Ave, introduced by Duden.
So moved.
Second.
Second Carlson. Any discussion? Well, as noted last week, this is another step forward on what's going to be a great addition in the North 48th Uni neighborhood, so glad to see it. All right, let's vote.
Bowers,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 6L is amending the fiscal year 23-24 CIP to authorize and appropriate $2,292,163 in tax increment financing for the North 48th and Madison Avenue mixed-use redevelopment project, introduced by Duden.
So moved.
Second.
Second Carlson. Any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Carlson.
Yes.
Schob.
Yes.
Duden.
Yes.
Beckius.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Bowers.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 6M is authorizing the issuance of tax allocation bonds for the North 48th and Madison Avenue mixed-use redevelopment project in the amount not to exceed $2,292,163, introduced by Duden.
So moved.
Second?
Second, Carlson. Any discussion? Seeing none?
Schob,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 6N is approving the lease agreement between the City of Lincoln and 1033 Brandy's LLC for the lease of space by the City of Lincoln for a temporary transit station at 333 South 11th Street for a 3-year term. Introduced by Duden.
So moved.
Second?
Second, Carlson. Any discussion? Seeing none? Let's move forward.
Duden,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 6O is annexation 24006, application of Starotska Lewis LLC to annex 1.13 acres on property generally located at Northwest 19th Street and West Homer Drive, introduced by Duden.
So moved.
Second?
Second, Carlson. Any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Beckius,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 6P is change of zone 24015, application of Strotska Lewis and LLC to change the zone from AG agriculture to R3 residential on property generally located at Northwest 19th Street and West Homer Drive, introduced by Duden.
So moved.
Second?
Second, Carlson. Any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Carlson,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 6Q is annexation 24007, application planning department to annex the right-of-way for West Vine between Northwest 48th Street and Northwest 56th Street on property generally located at Northwest 56th and West Vine Street, introduced by Duden.
So moved.
Second?
Second, Carlson. Any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Bowers,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 6R is change of zone 24006, application of Westgate Bank to change the zone from O3 Office District to B2 Planned Neighborhood Business District within the existing Southwood Center use permit on property generally located at 5555 South 27th Street, introduced by Duden.
So moved.
Second?
Second, Carlson. Any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Hold on.
Take a break.
The next one's a long one.
Okay. Item 6S, text amendment 24006, request of the City of Lincoln Planning Department to amend Lincoln Municipal Code Chapter 27.57 relating to the Historic Preservation District by amending sections 27.57.030, definitions, general provisions to add definitions for alternatives, analysis, discontinuous, landmark district, mitigation plan, structural analysis, and thematic district by repealing sections 27.57.040, landmark, and 27.57.050, landmark district as these terms were moved to definitions. By amending section 27.57110, powers and duties to clarify current workflows for the National Register nominations, remove language about soliciting gifts and contributions, and updating the language to allow for one set of design standards for all landmark properties. By amending section 27.57120, designation of landmarks and landmark districts to allow for a discontinuous collection of structures to comprise a district and to create a category of thematic district. By amending section 27.57130, requirement of certificate for certain work to include restrictions in the historic preservation design standards. By amending section 27.57140, procedure for certified to provide that the applications for certificates will not be filed with the planning department instead of the building and safety department, and that the application and plans will be reviewed by the planning department for compliance with the historic preservation design standards. By amending section 27.57150, certificate approval or denial to state that for demolition applications, the applicant shall submit a structural analysis completed by a licensed professional and alternatives analysis. A proposed mitigation plan, if approved, and allowed for inspection by members of the Historic Preservation Commission and staff prior to the hearing. By amending section 27.57160, procedure following certificate denial to state that any properties existing on the date of this ordinance adoption would have a hold period of 1 year following denial of a demolition request by HPC before proceeding with demolition, and any designations approved after this ordinance adoption seeking demolition approval from the HPC would need to be comply with the 1 year waiting period by adding a new section number 27.57200 entitled Violations to provide that any person who has not obtained a certificate of approval for work on a landmark or in a landmark district shall be deemed guilty of a misdemeanor and fined up to $100. Introduced by Duden.
So moved.
Second?
Second, Carlson. Any discussion? Seeing none, let's vote.
Weber.
Yes.
Bowers.
Yes.
Carlson.
Yes.
Duden.
Yes.
Schob.
Yes.
Beckius.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0. Item 6D is text amendment 24006, request of the City of Lincoln Planning Department to amend Title III of the City of Lincoln Design Standards to add a new Chapter 3.86 to adopt the Historic Preservation Design Standards, introduced by Duden.
So moved.
Second?
Second, Carlson. Any discussion? Clerk?
Yes.
Bowers. Carlson.
Yes.
Schob.
Yes.
Duden.
Yes.
Beckius.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0.
Well, that concludes the voting section this evening. Madam Clerk, let's read ahead.
Section 7 is resolutions. First readings are items 7A through 7D. Ordinances, first readings and related resolutions is Section 8, items 8A through 8D. And our pending list are items 9A through 9H.
Madam Chair, I make a motion for adjournment.
Motion adjournment from Beckius.
Second?
Second, Carlson. Madam Clerk?
Duden.
Yes.
Bowers.
Yes.
Schob.
Yes.
Beckius.
Yes.
Carlson.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 7-0.
All right. We are adjourned.